Good afternoon and happy Tuesday. Welcome back to your pop culture matinee. It's TLR, better known as the Ludicrous Report. As always, your co-host, the great Issa Diva Incarnate, and I am Joey Carney. And we are back today, episode 27. I cannot believe that we've been doing this for that many episodes already. It's crazy. But Issa's got a new laptop. She's got a new computer.
No, I
She's
got an iMac. I got an iMac.
Oh, look at you. All right, fancy over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
figure
see
I
the
saved the
quality over
MacBook
there.
for traveling and this one for because I stream a lot, so I wanted a big monitor. I wanted all the.
Oh,
I'm
upgrades
excited.
are you deserve the upgrade. You've been working your butt off. You deserve it.
Thank you. I thought so too.
So, how you doing today? How's everything going? How's Roman?
Roman's good. He was bullying me right before we went on air, so don't be surprised if we hear him bark again. And I'm excited. I always look forward to this. I always look forward to our. We always talk a little wrestling, but I always look forward to the
Yeah,
non wrestling hour of my week with you.
yeah.
And I'm happy everybody watching us live. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up, chat it up in the live chat. If not, leave a comment. If you watch us later, you can also donate super chats. You know the drill. We're on YouTube. We all been here long enough.
Absolutely. And I guess we can start out with some great positive news. I was on TMZ earlier looking for some stuff to talk about today, and I found uh, Damar Hamlin is, in quotes, fully cleared to play again, according to the Bills' general manager. Um, this was posted actually this morning, earlier today, and apparently he celebrated the news. He dropped a video on his Instagram. Um, he was sprinting on the football field and during a workout, so it looks like he's in good health and good shape. So some positive news coming out. Damar Hamlin back to football.
That makes me very, very happy. Makes me very happy for him. I'm excited that he's able to come back. You don't know the injury. I don't think we ever found out what happened to him outside that he went into cardiac arrest. There was never like a
Yeah,
cause. Like we don't know what happened. And the mystery of what happened to him led us also speculating is he even going to be able to come back? They were being so mysterious about the
yeah,
way they were handling him on the beginning of things. Remember, we even talked about the conspiracies around it. So I'm just very happy to know that he's going to be okay. This isn't a long term anything. Or if it is, it's at least not going to keep him from playing football. That's gonna
yeah.
be a special game when the season starts and he's able to come back out in the field. The crowd's gonna go crazy. I'm not a big Buffalo Bills person, but I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to seeing the moment. I think it's gonna be very special.
Yeah, he went down with that injury. I mean, what, in January or February? I know it was right before, right, little
Yeah,
around time of the Super Bowl.
yeah.
So
It
to
was
come
like the
back,
playoffs already.
yeah. So to come back, I mean, I don't know what the return time would be for something like that, but I mean, we're in April now, and he's fully cleared. I mean, it doesn't seem like that much time has passed for him to recover.
It's insane, really.
It's
But I mean,
insane.
he's an athlete. I would assume he's also in top shape. Probably
Yeah,
eats better than most, because the athletes just take care of their bodies different. And maybe that helped him. Maybe it's a miracle. I believe in a higher power. So you never know what it is that went on here. We just know that he really went on cardiac arrest and now he's going to be able to come back. And that's really, really makes me very happy for him.
yeah. His the general manager said, I guess there was a press conference or something earlier. He said he's fully cleared. He's here, and he is of the mindset. He's in a great headspace, and he's ready to come back and make his return. So, kudos to him. Kudos for, if you look back at when everything first happened, like, you got to give such respect and praise to the first responders and everybody who was involved. That could have really not ended very well.
Yeah, the
Like,
city
that's
of Cincinnati. It was in Cincinnati where this happened, in the hospital, the first responders, like you said. When there was that weird report that came out that we share, obviously that's what we do here, but about like, oh, it wasn't him because somebody wouldn't be able to be walking around after what he went through and this and that. Uh I heard nothing but praise to these first responders, and a
Yeah.
lot of people say that because they were so good and so fast at handling this is the reason why he's still here. So like you said, you have to give them all the credits, not just them. Like the first responders are godsend, I swear. So amazing people and they're saving lives out there.
Seriously, and it's incredible to see everyone stepping up in that scary situation. Like when something like that happens, specifically like in a live event, like we know with wrestling that an injury can come at any moment, anytime, and nothing, there's no planning of that. So when something like that happens and you're able to respond as quickly as they did, and make sure he's good and well, and the game, everything that all it almost seems like it was like a movie written out the way it played out, because everyone did exactly what they were supposed to at the right
Hmm.
times to keep this kid alive. So again, kudos to everybody involved, and what a comeback story that's going to be.
Yeah, I think it would have been very sad if he would have not been able to come back or something like that. So I'm excited that everything goes back to normal. He didn't even miss the crazy things. He didn't even miss a season, nothing. He just missed a couple of
Yeah,
playoff
months.
games. Like that's crazy.
Yeah. So to kind of skip around because we have a few topics here today. Before we start this topic, let me ask you how. Well, I know that this particular artist is one of uh, those polar opposites of fans, where some people love her and then some people can't stand her. So I want to see where you lie. Are you a fan, or are you of the liking of Katy Perry?
I mean, of course, there's a few of her classics somewhere in my playlist. Do I go to it? No. She comes in
Yeah.
she comes on my radio whenever I just hit songs and shuffle, and that's when I'm feeling rebellious and just shuffle everything that I have in there. Usually on a long drive is when I tend to do that. But
Yeah.
is she on my top plane? I don't think she's ever made my top 25. No. But
I think
there are some classics. She has a couple of good ones.
I feel like people look at her as like Nickelback. Like they make good music, but like people just don't like them. Like there's just like hate, like for them. Like Katy Perry just gets hate from every which way possible. I don't know why.
Do you like her? Do you listen to her music?
I don't listen to her music just because it's not my style of music. She definitely has
Hmm.
some, classics like California Girls. When that song comes on, everyone's going crazy. Uh,
I always love waking up in Vegas, but I'm a big Vegas fan,
yep,
so
yep. Waking up in Vegas. I kissed a girl, and I like whatever that
I
song is.
loved I Kissed a Girl. The first time I did hear her, I remember popping. I was like, this song is great. It sounded different. I like the voice.
Yeah,
But I don't know because I haven't really paid attention to her latest thing. To me, there was a little bit of
yeah,
all the songs started sounding the same.
yeah.
Like there
Like,
wasn't like an evolution or like a I don't know, to me like every song sounds the same. And but she did that collab that she did, remember, with, was it called Black Widow? Was she in that song? Can't remember, but I think I
I
liked it.
Black Horse, Black Horse. I think it was with like
Yeah.
something like that, right?
Yeah, that
One of the
was
rappers.
decent. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
not my favorite, but I do know she has a huge fan base, and I can understand. Well, I didn't think it made sense when she was like, wasn't she like an American Idol judge?
Still is. Still is.
Oh my
And I
god!
think that's
Like,
why she
okay,
gets the hate. I think that's why she
okay,
gets the hate, because she comes off. She. I don't watch the show religiously, but I've seen like a lot of clips from that on TikTok and YouTube, and I've watched a few episodes here and there.
oh, wait,
Um,
this show's still on?
yeah, still going. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
The judges are Katy Perry, Luke Bryan, and Lionel Richie.
Okay.
Yeah, and she comes off very like, I feel like very cold sometimes when as a judge on that show. I think honestly she's replacing what Simon Cowell was on that show. Like she comes off very like stern, and she has her moments where she's really really like she's crying, she's happy, she's nice. Most of the time she's very like cold, and like her face doesn't move, and it's either like a yes or a no. Like I heard I read something that one of the contestants quit because of her
Oh,
recently. Yeah, which
wow.
is
She
very
doesn't
blunt,
seem like somebody that will make people quit. You know?
right? Yeah, she just I don't know, and I think that kind of changes the perception of how people look at her, which is
Okay.
why I don't think like a lot of people like doing those types of shows, because it shows another side that they have to be a little, stricter or in a way
Yeah.
mean. They don't like that
Yeah.
publicity.
I
So
mean, it depends. I think there's a way to give constructive criticism without ruining your reputation.
yeah,
Maybe these people have never had a corporate job.
could be.
Because man, you become an expert. If you ever work a higher up corporate position, you become such an expert at calling people out for not doing their job without doing it in a
Yeah,
well. Some bosses don't do that. I personally always try to not disrespect when I have to do evaluations or give feedback.
yeah,
I really do think there's a way to express this without. But this is TV, right? You gotta make things happen for TV, and people want the reaction and the clips, etc. But yeah, I just think like when that happens, I feel like okay, but there's also better ways to do what you just did.
yeah. So let me ask you this. I know you're not really like the biggest Katy Perry fan, but if you were happen to be at a Katy Perry concert
I
and
wouldn't, but
she
okay.
brings out Northwest to dance with her on stage.
I would probably pop for North more than I would for Katy Perry.
Well, what I've been alluding to this whole time here is Katy Perry was having a concert and she brought out Northwest while Kim Kardashian's in the crowd, like filming with her camera, her phone, whatever it
Such a
was.
mom.
Such a mom mode Kim. Like this whole in the video, I saw that. I don't know if you had a chance to see the video.
I did.
So Northwest has such a personality. Like she's got such confidence and like
She's her dad.
charisma.
She's her dad.
She is
Come
her
on.
dad. 100% she's her dad. Katy Perry's like, do you mind like dance? She's like, I love your TikToks. Can you do a dance with me? And North asked her if she could bring her friends on the stage to do it with her. Like that's such like I'll do it, but if I can bring my friends on stage with me.
I am telling you, I know that we criticize Kanye and Kanye has lost his marbles, but when I go back to the Kanye that I used to like before he went crazy, I mean, that man exuded confidence. Like, there was like, nobody loved Kanye more than Kanye, right? And I see the way that North acts, and I'm like, my God, you are your father's daughter all the way. Like, and I'm not saying Kim doesn't have confidence, but Kim is never like the way that North act. I'm like, that is, and she looks like him too. You look in the face of
Yeah.
Norty. I think she's beautiful combination of them both, but I think she looks more like Kanye than she does Kim.
Well, I know that we both like to like dive down deep into the trenches where all the conspiracy theorists lie. And let me ask you this. Do you think that this was again one of those Kim things where like remember people were saying, "Oh, she's paying people to do TikToks with them and do dances with them." Do you think that this is a situation where like they were like, "Hey, could you let like North go on stage?" Or do you think it was just like a genuine like, "Hey, look who's here. Let's bring her on stage."
I don't think Kim Kardashian has to pay anyone. I think Kim Kardashian is more famous than most of these people. So I don't
Yeah.
think this is a pay. I think this is like Kim Kardashian telling another celebrity, "Oh my God, my daughter loves you," and them saying, "Okay, well, here, bring
Yeah.
her to this concert." I feel like she has the pull. Do I?
Yeah.
Are you taking advantage of your celebrity status? Probably, but wouldn't everybody, if it's for your kid? It's not like she's doing it with an evil intention. This little girl's gonna grow up to have like, I mean, all of her dreams have came true before she was even in high school. I mean, that's crazy, but I would do it if I'm famous and I know all of these people and I have a little girl that's a fan of all of them. I'm gonna try my best.
Yeah. It's I don't know. For everybody listening and watching right now, if you have a chance, go find the video. You can probably find it on TikTok or YouTube. It's such a funny video. Like you see North's confidence, like just she radiates confidence. And Katie's like, "I really like your TikTok," and she's like, "Thank you." Like, like everybody does. You see Kim in the crowd like, holding her phone. Just a funny moment, to be honest.
Do you think she's aware? I mean, I think Norty is old enough to realize, right? But do you think that she knows, like, who her parents are and how technically speaking powerful they are?
She's 9 years old, so it's difficult to go back
No,
into
she
like, the
is
brain
she
of
9?
girls.
I thought she was older
Yeah.
than that.
It said in the article she was
Okay.
9. Could be wrong, but
Yeah, you might be right, but I thought she was older.
I thought she was older. I thought she was at least like 11 or 12.
Hold on,
I
I'm
don't know,
trying. Oh no, she's
but
9. Wow.
yeah. So I mean, at some point, like you do. I think she realizes who her parents are. I don't think she realizes. I don't think anybody in that position would realize how big they are. Like sometimes I don't even think that like Kim understands how big she is sometimes because
Oh, she does.
you're you're maybe that's a bad example, but they're in their
Yeah.
shoes every day, so it's kind of hard to see the outside. I think North definitely has an idea of how big, which is maybe where the confidence comes from. Um, but again, like they are very they shade her from a lot of things. So as we've talked about before on the show, like Kim doesn't let her do certain things, or
Yeah, but
so
a lot of people are calling Kim out now on social media because of this and because of the Ice Spice, and
yeah,
obviously some people think that she's like doing all these dances on TikTok. The only reason I'm bringing this up is because I don't know if it's because I was searching articles for today, but it literally popped up on my recommended. It was a video from my YouTube channel called like This Spill or something like that. It was like people
yeah,
calling Kim Kardashian out on social media, and it was in regards about the whole North being on TikTok, being so young and doing all these things, and it's when it's too much in regards to how she behaves, the dances, and bringing her around all of these celebrities. I don't have a problem with it because I feel like there's other kids on TikTok doing the same thing. They're just not Northwest famous. TikTok was
yeah,
an app for kids. We unfortunately took it over from them, but TikTok was musically, it was meant for kids to lip sync and dance. So I
yeah.
don't personally see it as too much, but people are talking about the lyrics of the song. And it's like, weren't we all listening to songs that weren't appropriate when we were little? There's like still songs to this day that I will listen to that I haven't heard since I was young. And now I'm understanding the meaning of it. And I was like, holy crap, I was listening to this when I was young, because you don't think about that. You like the rhythm, you like this, but a lot of times you're singing lyrics that you don't even understand what they're saying. So I
Yeah.
don't know, but I have seen a lot of criticism coming Kim's way for paying celebrities or doing this. When it comes to this, I don't think she's paying anybody. I think Kim is that freaking famous and she can probably, you know, get a
Yeah.
celebrity to invite her kid on stage. Like it's Kim Kardashian we're talking about.
Yeah. You know, it I'm sure we could talk about this forever too, because it's one of those topics that it go there is no fine line in the middle of where the right answer is. But I think that in regards to Kim Kardashian, all the people that come out and criticize her and say all these things, I think it comes from jealousy and being envious because every when I don't have kids, you don't have kids, but I can assume that if both of us had kids, we would want them to have the best life possible, maybe even better than what we had. And every parent wants that for their kids. So if she's able to give
Yeah.
her kids things, take them to concerts. Like you and I go to concerts, we go to wrestling shows. You know, when I was younger, I went.
In my New Yorker budget, I would do that for my nephews. I remember taking my nephews to their first
Yeah,
wrestling show, or like, here's a
yeah,
PS4 on Christmas because that's what I'm not in Kardashian. This is what I can
yeah,
afford. My nephew wanted to see Yankee Stadium, took him there for the first time because I wanted to. And that's not even my well, it is. I feel like they're my own kids, right? But that's not even my own kid, and I was doing all this. So I can't imagine. I always said I'm like, it's a good thing I don't have kids because I will probably file bankruptcy 10 times by now trying to like make everything possible for them. So imagine if you had the capital, why wouldn't you do it? I think everybody's parent mentality is I want to give my kid a life better than me. Even if you come from money, I feel like everybody wants their kid to have a better life than what they had. And Kim is in the position to do that. And Kanye, like these guys are like swimming
on a
in
larger
money. So
scale.
why not put it to a good freaking to giving your kids the best childhood ever? I have nothing against this.
Yeah, it's not like she's sending her north on a yacht by herself. You know what I mean? Like she probably could, but she's
She
not
could.
doing that. And I
And
think,
the one thing that I love about everything is what you said. You always see her in the background with her little phone recording what's going on. Like I saw her, she took, I think it was saying to a soccer game, and there's a picture of her at the game with him. Like I remember because Logan Paul posted it because she was holding a bottle of Prime. But it's like the one
yeah,
thing is like she's not an absent mom. There's a lot of rich people out there. And you've seen them, especially in New York. You know what I'm talking about? That the nanny raises their kids. They live a
yeah,
great life, but they know the nanny more than they know who mom is. No, you see Kim present in all of these things, and I think that's impressive.
absolutely. And if you get deeper into it, like if you look when kids are coming out of high school and they're going into college, or they're going out of college into the real world, the workforce, you're always told like it's about who you know, make the connections, this, that, the other thing. So for Kim, she has the connections. It is who she knows. She knows these people. They're different celebrities. Most of them are celebrities with kids just like hers. So it's not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily taking advantage of those,
Yeah.
the people she knows. I think it's just what anybody else would do. If I was doing something and my kid had wanted something, and one of my friends had like an in somewhere, or something that can
That's
help,
what I'm
do it.
saying.
So it's for them, it's on a larger scale. That's
It's
all it
like
is. And I
really
think
funny because it is a good conversation and maybe it'll make for fun debate. But in my
yeah,
opinion, if I'm gonna be critical of a Kardashian, there's a million other things they've done. I'm not gonna like crap on her over being a good parent. That's the last, like there's so many things you can crap on the Kardashians about. Like, don't try to crap when they do good things because they already get all this criticism when they're, when they're not even trying to do anything bad. So I feel bad here. I did
yeah.
see some people like just more concerned about the songs that North posts on TikToks and the lyrics of this song, especially with the Ice Spice thing. There was a lot of like controversy because of that. I just don't think this is a reason to be calling out Kim Kardashian.
The thing also with that too, I don't think the kids are really. Maybe I'm just naive. I don't think they're really paying attention to what the lyrics are and what they mean.
Yeah.
I think it's more of like they see it viral everywhere, and people are dancing, and it's hyping people up, and they just see it as like a trend that they can follow to feel included and have fun and just dance and sing. I don't think it's more like they're singing this because they believe the lyrics. So
Listen, I'll give you an example of what I
it's
told you earlier. And this is like really funny, but when I was little, everybody used to confuse my dad with this salsa singer because they look the same. Like I can show you pictures. But apparently his music was not very PG, right? His salsa was very romantic. We'll say that, right? So my mom wanted me to stay the hell away from it, even though I wanted to listen to it because he looked like my dad, right? And I see people stopping my dad thinking he's this singer. Long story
yeah,
short is that I remember growing up and going back to listen to him, and I'm listening to these lyrics, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so inappropriate. This is so heavy, but I didn't know. I wanted to listen
yeah.
to this guy because he looked like my dad, and everybody was like, oh my god, your dad looks like Eddie Santiago, and I'm like, well, that's my favorite salsa singer. My mom is like, don't say that, and I'm like, well, now I get it. But do you really think I understood what he was talking about back then? No. Everybody has a reason for something. And like a lot of times with these TikToks, it's because they go viral over a dance or over an actual video that you're taking. People are not paying attention to the actual lyrics. And on that note, I found a bunch of bangers that I would have never found if it wasn't for them going viral on TikTok. There's a lot of good songs on my
Absolutely.
playlist that I found through TikTok too. So let's give TikTok some credit.
Seriously, look at Ice Spice. I mean, I didn't know who the hell that was, or was
I
she
know.
anybody before that? Like, I don't know. She got that
I don't
song,
know.
dun, 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 like whatever the hell the words are. I don't even know the words. See, and I'm an adult, and I don't even know the words. I just know the beat of the song, and I feel like
You
that
sound
goes
like
for the
pretty much every wrestling fan with the Cody Rhodes song, but okay.
yeah.
That's all they know. That's all they know. I don't care what they want to say.
I love. By the way, I know we go off on wrestling rants a little bit
We
sometimes.
always do.
I love your how you just you just you're not a Cody fan. We know. Like I know. And the way you rag on him in such a funny way, I love it. I love it.
Listen, I can't help that he
It's
keeps messing with
funny.
my favorites. Who are my two favorites? Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. And you put him in back-to-back feuds against my favorites, so I'm gonna be rooting against him until he moves on to somebody I don't like.
I
But yeah, I
see.
mean, somebody has to do it.
I see you constantly memeing that him like limping from Raw last week,
Yo,
and
that's
then he
that's my
falls
favorite.
down like.
That's my favorite clip. That's my favorite clip ever. It looks like a sniper got him. He just like falls down.
Boom. That's so funny. I
So good.
honestly hope you get to interview him one day, and he sees it.
No, shut up. They're coming for backlash. Imagine if he's at the media junket. I'm gonna have to like suck my pride and be like, "Hi, Cody."
Yeah. I'm the
And
one
Cody's
who.
somebody that's very aware of. He's very aware of social media. Like I know, like even
Yeah.
at the last, I asked him at the Royal Rumble junket, but he looked at all of us and he's like, "I know who each and every one of you are." And I was like, "Okay, that's scary because I
Yeah.
don't say a lot of good things."
Yeah, but no, I'm sure. Honestly, like I tell you all the time, and everyone listening and watching, Issa is one of the best wrestling pages to follow because you're like your comedy and your humor is what makes it all. Like it, people take it too seriously, and
Thank
you
you.
having so much fun with it.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I feel like if you scroll through Twitter, everybody's taking it so damn seriously. And I was like, I started watching wrestling as an escape. Real life is serious. So I'm not gonna take
Yeah,
this seriously. Come join me. And I think a lot of people that watch my watch alongs know that, and that's what they tune in. Because they know we're gonna have fun, we're gonna talk crap, we're not gonna argue because you don't like the people that I like. We all gonna get along no matter what. Like it's awesome. Like people, it is not that deep. I feel like there's a lot bigger things happening in the world for us to worry about than CM Punk returning. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
I tweeted something out like, I'm predicting that Roman Reigns will be drafted to Raw during the draft, and I got hate mail, like bad hate mail,
Yeah.
like he's with the Bloodline, the world champion goes to both shows. I want to be like, technically, he is a member of SmackDown. So is the
He is.
Bloodline, but they can be split up and still appear together because he goes on both shows. But I think
Yeah.
people are like, Fox wants him. I'm like, how do you know? Who are you? People come for
Social
blood when
media
it
is
comes.
very scary. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
very scary, but it's also I mean, I gotten a lot of really good friends, a lot of good opportunities, met some cool people,
absolutely.
but my God, there are some crazy people on social media. Crazy people,
Definitely more good than bad. Right, I'll say that.
especially in the wrestling fandom.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
follow a lot of fandoms. Like a lot of people, it's like, oh, you just need to. I follow a lot of fandoms. I'm big on like Bad Bunny Twitter, Yankees Twitter, horror movie Twitter, Yellow Jackets Twitter. Nothing
yeah,
is like what I deal with when it comes to wrestling.
yeah. I like to have fun with it, but some people just don't like. They don't like it. It's life or death for some people, I guess.
Yeah. And if you don't take it too seriously, you offend them, and it's just like sorry.
Yeah. The next topic that we have here today, a really one of the bigger things that have been happening, Coachella 2023. Um, you know, I've heard. So when I used to live in Florida, everybody under the sun there would always go. I forgot the Ultra. Everyone went to Ultra. Ultra. That was the huge thing. Ultra this, Ultra that. The big music festival, the EDM music festival. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah.
And every year they had freaking problems with it. And it just, I don't even know if it's still going on now. And I feel like this is kind of happening with Coachella because every year there's like something that happens. And like,
Oh my God, they completely botched the Bad Bunny Post Malone part of his Coachella performance. As you know, Bad Bunny was the very first Latino to headline
yep,
Coachella. Killed it, by the way. I stayed up until almost, he went on for almost 3 hours and like
yeah,
put on some bangers, but it was really cool when he brought out Post Malone, and I was looking forward to what they were going to do, and the audio completely crapped out. And
Yeah.
he's good on, he thought fast on his feet. He lets the crowd sing the song. They were laughing it off. You know what's funny though? I have some real tea for you. I posted the clip. It was like a 10-second clip on when this happened, because you see Bad Bunny, he pats him in the back and he says, "Don't worry about it." He laughs it off and go back to, like, talking to the public.
Yeah.
I got a copyright claim on it. They took it down. So I feel
Really?
like they're coming. I feel like they don't want anybody to see like the mistakes or the things that are going
Yeah.
wrong, because I posted other clips from Bad Bunny at Coachella. The only one they tried to take down was the one that I posted, and all I put was the sound. It was in Spanish, but all I wrote was the sound might have failed, but we're still having a good time. So I wasn't even criticizing what went down.
Yeah. It was
I
more just
thought I
like a
thought the way
statement.
that he reacted about it just shows that he's a pro. And I mean, he just got done doing stadium
Yeah.
tours, performing in front of this many people. He knows how to handle these situations, but I can't imagine how nervous like Post Malone was. It was so funny because my buddy like looked at Post Malone. He's like, "What are you doing here?" And Post Malone is like, "You paid me to be here." but um, but yeah. So I caught that, and then there was another controversy with the tweet. I don't know if you saw this, but Bad Bunny
Yeah.
performed El Apagón, and they put out a tweet, and the tweet had some criticism about how it was something like, it was a funny tweet. It was in regards how Bad Bunny could sing Harry Styles' song, but Harry Styles could never sing
Yeah.
Bad Bunny's song because they're in Spanish. But what Bad Bunny had requested was the image in the tweet, which was a person with a Puerto Rican flag wearing a pava, which is one of our traditional hats. They were
Yeah.
supposed to extract that image and not post the tweet, but they posted the whole thing, and it created drama that was never even necessary. And the production company had to come out and say, "Hey, that was our bad. He never requested for these tweets to be put out there." Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, you guys are. I mean, Coachella is been around for
Big.
years. It's crazy the money that they make in a matter of 2 weekends, and to be having these little issues like this, I was like, what
Yeah.
is going on here? Like, how do and during the
What is it? Spider
headline?
Festival? Fire Festival?
Yeah, oh God. Did you see he's out? Did you see he's out of jail and say he's gonna plan Fire Festival too?
Apparently, it's already happening.
Oh
It's
my
apparently it's
God, I
already,
know.
people.
We're
He's
such
going, he's
geeks.
going.
We're such geeks. We would know this crap.
He's going on news stations saying it's happening, and people are like, "How? How are you? How?" And he's like, "It's happening." Little
My
nerd.
God.
I hate
My
that
God.
guy.
Anyways, yeah, there was parts of Coach, and I haven't watched anything else. I know they took down somebody else's performance. I know that some people were trying to go back to the Coachella page to find certain things and they couldn't. So I do feel like when they make mistakes, they're trying to like completely wipe it off the internet. I'm like, if you want to do that, then don't stream it live, because we all see it.
Yeah.
No matter how much you try to like wipe it off the internet, we were all watching. But shout out to them for streaming it, because I was very happy to be able to watch the Bad Bunny, part of it.
Did you see what was happening with Frank Ocean? All the drama
Yeah,
with Frank Ocean.
is he the one that got hurt, like his leg?
I don't know if he got hurt, but apparently, like he was like an hour late. He
Yeah,
sang from
and
like
they
behind
got
the
they got the
ball.
fee. I sent you
Yeah,
the report this
yeah, I
morning.
have
They
it
got
here.
like a fee for going over their curfew, because they do.
Yep.
Palm Springs is a very bougie area, and I'm sure
Yeah,
that all of these rich older people that live there, because it's also like, it's almost like, no offense, but it's almost like Florida. People from California that retire move to Palm Springs, right? So it's like they have a very I guarantee you they probably all leave this time of year, but
oh, they
they have
probably
a
did.
curfew. Coachella has to end at a certain time, and because
Yep.
of production issues, some things going wrong, it didn't end on time, and I think it was like $127,000 fine for one night of ending like an hour later, and it was because of Frank Ocean being late.
Yep.
I
Hundred
would
and
cut him
seventeen
off.
thousand dollars.
I would cut him off. If you're late, then you don't, unless you're a headliner. Now you're a big time. But if you're just one of the side acts, you showed up late. Sorry, you're not getting paid. We're gonna move on.
They let's see. We're told the curfew is 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday and
Hmm.
midnight on Sunday. Coachella missed the cutoff time on all 3 nights, going over 25 minutes on Friday, 22 minutes on Saturday, and 25 minutes on Sunday. So
Yeah.
they were, let's see, there were fines with the contract calling for a daily fine of $20,000 for the first 5 minutes past curfew, with another 1,000 tacked on for every minute after that. So they ended up paying
Yeah.
$117,000 in fines because of all this.
Bad Bunny started late, and you could tell that there were some issues because he was doing, you know how they had the screen that was like, okay, up next, and they have the hours of who's coming up. For Bad Bunny,
Yeah,
said Bad Bunny, you could hear him though doing his sound test if you were on the stream, and you could
yeah,
hear the sound coming in and out. So I mean, the performance went on smooth up until the Post Malone part, and if you go back and watch him, you see him mess with his audio and his volume, like adjusting it up. So I think that was one of the issues. But yeah, he went on late, but I mean, he started like 20 minutes late.
yeah. I've seen celebrities come out in interviews like long after Coachella, and they're like, we got our phones stolen, our wallets stolen, like it's a mess. Like it's just a mess. Um,
But the crazy thing about it is that I saw these clips, and I love that we're just having a Coachella talk because it kind of took over the
yeah,
feed this weekend. But there's these clips that I was just mind blown because there's Bad Bunny, biggest artist in the world right now, technically speaking, with Kendall Jenner, and they're just in the crowd. They're just watching the
yeah,
show in the crowd. But I'm also assuming I know there's like all kinds of layers to access that you have to Coachella,
yes,
and they seem so close to the stage that I'm assuming that's a super VIP area because they were like right
yeah,
there. But the fact that they were just out in the audience, and I'm like, okay, I hear really crazy things about Coachella, but then you see these normal
yeah,
celebrities just walking around, and it's like, which one is it?
yeah,
Because when I looked at his performance, it was like, I mean, it was a lot of people there. I can see that going wrong
yeah.
very fast. But then the next day, I'm just watching them, just Kendall Jenner and Bad Bunny just walking around Coachella like they're nobody, and I'm like, wait, something's not
Yeah.
clicking here.
So the credit I have an American Express credit card, and they offer like exclusive stuff from the card that I have, and
Right?
they offer Coachella tickets. And I was like, I always thought Coachella was like a celebrity event, like celebrities only,
No,
because it's open to everybody, but
yeah,
there are
they're very
different
hard to get
layers.
though.
Yes,
Yeah.
so the VIP are like exclusive; it's invite only. So the
Hmm.
them like A-list celebrities, Bad Bunny, Kendall Jenner, whoever goes, those are the VIP, like the exclusive invites. And I think they have specific areas where they're allowed to go, like pits,
Right. So,
and everybody else is behind.
do you remember when that whole I don't know how big you are on YouTube drama, but the whole drama went down with like Jeffree Star, James Charles, like the beauty, it was called the
Yes,
beauty geddon. The whole
yeah,
reason why that happened is because James Charles took a sponsorship on the spot to get better tickets because he had his team getting like
yeah,
regular VIP, and I guess he still had access to a lot of people that were like harassing him. So then another like this company that was a sponsor, they had the upper, and they were like, yeah, just like, do a video, you know what to do, you know how it works
yeah,
when you're an influencer. They let him in, and he takes the sponsorship. But literally the reason why he did that, the reason why this all happened is because he didn't get the right kind of tickets, and he
yeah,
ended up being where there was more people than what he thought were going to be allowed, and he was being harassed for pictures and this and that. So you have
yeah,
to be very particular, which I'm like, you're James Charles, like why didn't you get the
yeah.
invite only? But I guess he said, I don't know, I'm not gonna get into the details of that, but it's crazy that he, like, all of this drama happened over him taking that sponsorship, and he explained, I took that sponsorship because I was in a really crappy situation at Coachella and I needed to get into a better VIP area, and they came through. I don't blame him at that point, because if you're that famous, I mean, I know like people could be watching and be like, who's James Charles? But James Charles he's got pull, okay? Like watch him on TikTok, watch him on YouTube. He's got a big fan base. So I can see him not wanting to be, no offense, with the normies, because nobody's gonna leave him alone. These people are like, they literally go to Coachella looking for celebrities. So as soon as they find one, they're not gonna leave them alone. So yeah, it's really crazy, the layers of, and the prices are insane too. I think the cheapest is hundreds and hundreds, and you not gonna get to see much.
I don't know how's your knowledge of like the layers and how deep all the Coachella stuff goes, because I know a few things about like that I've researched outside,
Yeah,
um, and you can just let me know if you know any of this. I think it's really interesting.
me too.
So kind of going back to like way back to the Met Gala, for example.
Oh,
Um, I don't know if you remember, but I don't know if you even knew this. Recently, the Kardashians were disinvited to future Met
yeah,
Galas
which
because
is
they're making
crazy
it
to me.
crazy. They're making it more of like a publicity stunt for their
Hmm.
whatever.
Because they never even show up dressed according to the theme. There is a theme. They never
Exactly.
freaking stick to the theme. It drives me crazy. They just want to get the pictures, and it's like, no,
Yep.
no. Like, look at the theme and try to at least come close to it.
Yep. So Coachella is actually doing something very similar now to what the whole thing that happened with the Met Gala, how it turned into something else. So what's happening now with Coachella is that there's big brands like Guess.
Yeah.
I'll just use Guess for example. Guess.
Yeah.
So what these big brands and companies are doing, they're renting these huge houses in Palm Springs,
Yeah.
and they're each brand is like renting a house, and
Hmm.
the brands are inviting influencers, TikTokers. It's usually influencers and TikTokers, not really like A-list celebrities. A bunch of influencers. They're giving them a great weekend. You go to Coachella, that you stay at the house. They give you food, transportation. What you have to do is you have to wear their clothes and wear their
Hmm.
products while you're at Coachella. Take pictures as if this is what you chose to wear and dress like and whatever. And it's just becoming more like publicity stunts.
Yeah.
So
There's
if you're
all of these
invited by guests,
influencer.
yeah, if you're invited by guests, you have to they drip you out all guest clothing, and you're taking pictures and posting it to your TikTok tagging guests and all this stuff, and the whole house it says guests. It's like crazy.
If you ever want to see something extremely depressing about the society that we live on, and I found it at last year's
Yeah.
Coachella, that I got lost on TikTok, and it was the Revolve Party. You know that brand?
Yes,
They
we
do a
had the same
huge
thing
party
here.
too.
Yep.
So somebody that went with an influencer, I think she was like a PA, like a personal assistant, so she got in, but she wasn't like, part of anything. But she took a
Yep.
video, and I'll never forget this video because it was like there was nothing but influencers there, and everybody was just like the Instagram moment, like everybody's just taking content
Yep.
and on their
I
phones.
saw
There
that.
was nobody like putting their phones down and saying, oh, this is a cool party, let me jump in the pool just to have fun, let me have a drink. No, no, no. Everything was a TikTok or a photo op, and that's it. That's all these parties are.
All
And I
intentional.
get it, because this company spent all of this money and they're gonna have all of these people with all these followers post about them. I get it. But nobody was enjoying that party for what it was. And it freaked me out. It literally is, I'm not exaggerating. It was like zombies. It was like content making zombies in every corner of this. And the party looked badass, by the way. The Revolve
Yeah.
actually always kills
Oh,
it on
they
their
do a great
Coachella
job.
party. They're one of the best ones. But
Yep.
it was like insane. Even Kendall is having one this year. A18 Outpost for
Yeah.
her tequila. So, but
Yep.
yeah, I think we're such geeks. I think it's funny because I always research all of this as well, and I know
Yeah.
like I think
I
like
find it fascinating.
some people don't even go to Coachella. They go show up to these influencers parties and leave.
Yep.
They're not even there for Coachella, but these companies are
You're there to
paying a
get
lot
paid.
of money for that.
Yep. I don't
The
know.
one thing that
I
I
see.
can see is like I love the Coachella fashion, and I feel
Yeah.
like because of the influencers and that kind of market now, it's not the same. Like Coachella used to be such a fun thing to just watch what everybody was wearing, but now everybody's sponsored by someone and they're wearing this just because they made money from wearing it. They're not wearing
Everyone's a
it because
billboard.
there's no such thing as that Coachella fun fashion that you had like maybe 5 years ago when everybody had such a different style. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy how much everything has changed. I like the ones that are not sticking with the branding and still showing up in their own style, because music festival style to me is so much fun. Like fashion is
Yeah.
so much fun.
It could be anything you want it to be. You know, it's like almost
Yeah,
dressing like of a character.
right.
But like you were saying too, like with everyone having their phones out and no one's really enjoying it, I see it everywhere here too. Like out in
Hmm.
New York City, everyone's like with their phones. And it's just like there's no like human connection. It's like very strange. Like
When the
people are
stream
talking,
went
they're talking to their phones.
Yeah, when the stream went live for Bad Bunny and they had like a camera like halfway through, like right before he came up, and I swear to you, and it's probably up in the Coachella YouTube channel, the first shot that you see is the lighting changes, you hear the bass hit, and all of the phones automatically. And it's like, do we not live in these moments anymore? Because like that's insane to me. And I'm a vlogger, I'm a YouTuber, and they're still like, I was
Yeah,
telling people on my channel yesterday where I was like, I barely vlog WrestleMania weekend because there was a lot of moments that I just wanted to enjoy. Granted
enjoy
that
it.
I'm there for work now. I used to go before I started doing what I do now. I used to go just as a fan, so I did a lot
Yeah,
of vlogs, right? So everything was like. But now it's just like, no, I feel like we do that too much and we forget to like live in the moment. It's
Yep.
important to still do that, people watching us.
I agree. I've had I have an issue with that. Like I don't like when everyone's like
Yeah,
all into their phone. Like when I for example when I go on trips, usually when I go on trips, I go with like groups of friends, and
right.
you're doing things, and like there's like a few of us who are actually like living in the moment, and then there's other people who are like it's almost like they're a celebrity, and it's like you're not a celebrity. Like, why are you vlogging this whole thing? Like enjoy it. Be here with us now. You know,
Yeah.
like there's
I'm
time
the
and
same
place.
way. Like I do a lot of I've been trying to. I don't take a lot of days off. So when I take a day
Yeah,
off, I try to go and enjoy Puerto Rico. And you'll see
yeah,
maybe one pic in my story. If I get a beautiful view that I'm like, okay, the world needs to see
yeah,
this, I'll take one, put it on my story, and that's it. Like that's all you get. You don't like I'm like, listen, I don't know. There's just something about enjoying things, and a lot of
yeah.
times also, and I don't know if you go through this, but if you ever look at like a really beautiful view, I don't care what anybody want to say. I don't care what quality camera you have. It's not the same as what it does for the eye. Like there's a lot of places in Puerto Rico that you have to be there and see it. I could send you a
Yeah.
picture. It's not the same as being there. So I don't know, but I'm the same way. It's like if I'm gonna go and enjoy this, I'm gonna go and enjoy this and take one picture, but it's not gonna be like a whole like 20 freaking post about it. Like Jesus.
Yeah. And now I don't know if you knew this either. Snapchat is paying people. They're paying influencers a lot of money to just
Hmm.
post stories. So there's people who are posting like over a
Ridiculous
hundred
things for no reason.
Snapchats. Oh, I just woke up. I'm going to get coffee. This is my coffee. Here's my feet. This is a tree. This is my nails.
But
Like,
it's because Snapchat is going
oh
cold.
man,
Like Snapchat lost so much popularity that I can see them trying to do this to get people's attention because I always forget to post on Snapchat.
they're paying
Always.
people like $50,000 to like just post
That's
like
insane.
stories. Yeah,
That's insane. You can tell who doesn't need it though, because like Logan Paul barely ever posts on there. I know I'm subscribed on him, and like every once in a while, it's like Logan Paul just added something to his story, and I'm like, oh, he's still on Snapchat.
he doesn't even do YouTube videos anymore. He doesn't have to. He just does the
I
podcast, and
know.
that's yeah.
And the wrestling.
And the wrestling. Yeah, soon to be world champion, huh? Or Money in the Bank. Those are
World champ, you need to relax. Maybe the 24/7. Maybe the 24/7. Man, why did I not just get mad just now? Like I can actually see him on Mr. Money in the Bank. He plays a good heel. He would be so annoying.
yeah. There's so many things on the internet right now in regards to like uh I guess when his contract, like he wanted to win titles or something, where he was promised, I don't know, something like that, something about winning titles. And people were saying like, oh, if he wins Money in the Bank and like he holds it hostage until he gets his contract, like make it a storyline. I'm like, oh my god,
Wow.
oh my god, it's annoying.
Well, yeah, there was also the whole he photoshopped the picture when he resigned. Oh my god, like everything
Oh,
is
but he
crazy.
did.
Oh,
Oh,
one
but he
thousand
did.
percent, one
And
thousand percent.
so I saw it and I was like, this is a joke, right?
It's the
It's
same
clearly
picture.
the same picture. But then if you scroll in on the pictures, they didn't even Photoshop the words out. It was done on purpose. It was done for people to blow it out of proportion as marketing for him and Prime.
He's a marketing genius, and you gotta
He's
give
a
him that.
marketing freaking genius.
Hmm.
If you I'll send you pictures after. Tana Manju or whatever her name is.
Mojo, yeah, I know
Yeah.
her.
She was in it too, and she's like, "Oh wow, I really want to try the yellow berry prime drink because it said
Yep.
berry from being blue, but the
Right.
thing was yellow, and they never switched the words. So
Yep.
like people like investigate and they
Tana
find these
Mojo ain't
things.
got no freaking room to talk about anyone, please.
I know,
I
but
mean, we all
it's
know
funny
her
to see the
Photoshop
growth.
fails are huge.
Yeah, well, if I see her in a WWE ring, that may be time to wrap it up.
Same, honestly. Same. I love how this
Yeah,
Coachella talk. We talked about
I know.
everything when we were talking about Coachella.
I know. The last topic we have for today, unless there's anything else you have on Coachella.
Bad Bunny killed it. He said he had an announcement for people, and a lot of people were like, "Is he gonna address the Kendall Jenner thing and this and that?" Basically, he told people to mind their own business. Respect for that.
Oh
And
yeah.
last but not least, he did an incredible. Again, you know how highly I talk about him for putting Puerto Rico
Yeah.
on the map. He did this incredible, like, 5 minute video about like the history of music in Puerto Rico. They busted out into some old school
That's awesome.
salsa. Like, it was just very, it was awesome. And he asked the crowd. He said, "Hey, you guys want me to speak in English or you want me to speak in Spanish?" And they all asked for Spanish, and I was like, "Yes," because I didn't want to see Bad Bunny up in there like speaking English. I was like, "I know it's Coachella, but I don't want to see you sell out," you know. So I'm glad that he didn't. Just very proud of what he accomplished, and just, I mean, he keeps just breaking all of these barriers. It's crazy. So that's all I have.
The big question here is, it's a make or break. Did he promote headlining WWE Backlash in Puerto Rico?
He did not. He did not. But it's so funny because like Damian Priest is talking all this crap Friday night on SmackDown. I'm like, come on,
Yeah,
Priest, save this for Monday. This man is
yeah,
headlining Coachella right now. You don't have time to hear you
yeah.
talk all this crap. I think it's
That's
funny
funny.
though, like how they still have Damian Priest walking a fine line. I don't know if you caught it
I
yesterday,
love
but
it.
he's like, "Hey, Bad Bunny's my friend." He just like he got involved in something he shouldn't have, and if he doesn't get involved, it's not gonna happen again. So it's like this
Yeah,
weird, like, are they not? You know,
yeah.
they're playing this
I love
very
it.
well. hmm
And I
He's
really
gonna
don't
be
know
on
what the.
He's gonna be on Raw on Monday.
Yeah, did you
Bad
see the
Bunny.
graphic? It was like him in this like leather jacket with the Raw logo. I was like, that's
Yeah,
something you would never think you'd see. Like, it's funny
yeah.
to see like
Okay, but have you caught every time they show like a match graphic for Backlash, there's like a little Bad Bunny in the middle of it, and I'm like,
yes,
why is Bad
yes,
Bunny
his
in every
face.
match? Like WWE, they're like, we know he's big. We're gonna capitalize on
Yeah.
it. We're gonna put his face on everything Backlash. It was
Let me
like
ask
Brock
you this,
Lesnar, Cody Rhodes, and Bad Bunny like right
and
here in the middle. I'm like,
then imagine having like his head like going like this, like
oh my god.
like it's face like
They should do it for the captions when he starts speaking Spanish at Backlash, the Bad Bunny head, like
yeah.
reading the captions.
Um, that would be great. Let me ask you this: what do you think the match is going to be for Bad Bunny at Backlash?
Oh, it's gonna be Bad Bunny and Rey Mysterio against Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was just going to be like,
I said it on
uh,
my Twitter 2 months ago, actually. So
yeah, if it's just going to be like Bad Bunny versus Dom, or it's going to be the
call
tag team
me
match.
Mystic Diva. I don't know because now I'm like, I always thought that was a match, but now they're making a lot of tag team matches. Like, I'm like,
Yeah,
is this gonna be
that's
all
what I
like
thought.
trios and tag
That's
team
what I thought.
matches? Yeah,
Maybe
I'm
it'll
very.
be
I
like
mean,
the Judgment Day versus like Bad Bunny and LWO. I don't know, something like that. I don't know. I don't know how you do that.
I don't know. They're keeping everybody intertwined. I think they're just trying to like keep the mystery going with this, but I still stand by that. Rey Mysterio and Bad against Dominic and Priest.
I think so too. So I'm gonna leave this next part up to you because I don't watch the show. I don't know what's going
Ah!
on. Love is Blind
Love is
broke the
blind.
internet.
What
Breaking
a
the internet. People are
mess.
going. They're putting buildings on fire. They're roaming the streets. They're protesting. What's going on with Love is Blind? I don't know what's
I
going
have
on.
a
I don't
lot
watch.
to say about this. I have a lot to say about this because I'm a big Love is Blind fan. I told you, I've been telling you guys, I've been
Yeah,
keeping up with it. And I don't watch TV. You guys know this. But they promise. Now, these shows are filmed like a year in advance, right? So these people all got married or not married about a year ago.
yeah,
So usually they film the reunion right after that and it's filmed. And it's like, that's not a real update because that was a year ago. You don't know who's still together, who's
yeah.
not, right? So for this one, they were like, oh, no, 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 we're going to go live. And I was like, I don't. The first thing that I thought is like, because I don't see Netflix as a live streaming platform, right?
Yeah,
So the first thing that I thought was like, I don't need it to be live. I just need it to be up to date, like reunite with them
exactly.
now, not a year ago, right? That's the
Yeah.
first thing that I thought about. A lot of people are like, oh, they're not a live streaming. Okay, but the Chris Rock thing was
Was
live
live.
and it
Yeah,
went by without a glitch. Now, maybe Love is Blind has more pull than the Chris Rock thing because a lot of people watch Love is Blind. I don't know if you saw it. Even MJF tweeted out like, hey, Love is Blind needs
yeah.
to get their shit together. Like everybody was waiting for this and it didn't work. It didn't work. I was working. I was working at the Ponce Pro Wrestling show, which I am now
Yeah.
a GM. Thank you very much. But
A
anyways,
GM?
a
Congratulations.
GM. So I was working the show, and you know what's really funny? That I was like telling the booker, I'm like, "Can we speed this up?" I'm like, "I'm missing the Love Is Blind reunion," and he's like, "Come on!" So I'm like, I'm telling my best friend, I mute my phone. I don't open social media because I don't want spoilers, and I know everybody's
Yeah.
watching it. I don't open
Yeah.
anything until I get back to my hotel. I get back to my hotel, I open it, and it's not working. It was supposed to be live at 8. I didn't get back until 11 p.m. It's still not working. People are tweeting
Wow.
like, so they had to like not go live with it and pre-tape it and film, like edit it and put it out the next day. But there was people like, there was a lot of YouTubers, because I follow all of them, that have like watch parties on their discords, watch alongs, and everybody's like
Yeah.
waiting for this. And yeah, they like completely dropped the bag on this. And it's like, you have a company that's like raising their prices allegedly to do more live streaming, to
Yeah.
do more special events like this, and this
They
is
can't get it
how
right.
you handle it. And you
Yeah.
can't tell me that it's because they're not used to doing live content, because they just did a live special that they were able to pull off just fine, and
Yeah.
on top of that, the edited version of it was not that much better. It was trash. Like, they didn't ask the right questions. The people that were the most controversial were not even there. And I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Vanessa Lachey has got to go. She was making the whole show about her instead of just, we don't care. You're married to Nick. That's good. We care about these
Yeah.
people that were in the show. Like, it was
Yeah.
a mess. It was a mess, and it was not pretty. And I mean, like, he's probably still trending. People were very disappointed about this. And as a content
Yeah.
creator, I seen a lot of people that were like planning their Sunday around this. A lot of big content creators that were gonna review the show, that were gonna watch it live with their audience.
Yeah.
I was like, man, that would be like if I'm gonna tune into a watch along for a pay per view and it doesn't work. You got like
Yeah.
people in your chat waiting and nothing is happening. Yeah, it was a mess. It was a mess.
Wow. Not a good look for Netflix.
Not a good look for Netflix at all. But I don't. I
Yeah.
wonder if they're gonna do something, credit something like. I mean, there was a lot of people waiting for this. A lot of people.
They'll have to do something because if they can't ignore it, it's gonna make it worse.
Why did they just stick with a cute little apology? Did you see? Okay, the best part about this, and I don't know if you saw it, is all of these other streaming platforms started getting petty on Twitter. Like Peacock tweeted something out, Hulu
I
tweeted
saw that.
something out. I was like, I freaking love when these companies like just
Yeah.
get petty about it. Like, take advantage of it. Why not?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. It's not a good look
Yeah.
for Netflix. It's a crazy season. Love Is
Yeah.
Blind is very popular. And I think they underestimated how many people were gonna watch it, or maybe it was
Yeah.
just the production. I don't know what it was, because I personally feel like they know how to pull up a live show. So I don't know what went wrong here.
I'm really like losing my like. I'm kind of falling on in love with out of love with Netflix. Like a lot
Me
of
too.
they don't keep like, for example, one of my favorite movies of all time is Silver Linings Playbook with
Great
Bradley
movie.
Cooper.
Hmm.
And they'll put it up and then they'll have it up for like a month or so and then they take it out and then they'll put it up like 6 months later. Like, what is? I don't understand
Just
that
leave it.
concept.
Hmm.
Just leave it. Leave it. Do like a
What?
yearly thing where movies stay up and then you recycle different things and a lot of things like they put a lot of money towards the budgets for their shows, but then the shows are only like 4 seasons or 5 seasons and then they're done with them. Like,
At some point with Netflix, I feel like they're greenlighting everything, because there's some movies and some shows that are so questionable that I was like, why did we
yeah,
spend
I
money
don't know.
making this? And then you wonder,
Yeah,
like, because you hear about their financial report and they're failing a little bit. And he's like, well, yeah, you're
yeah,
greenlighting every Netflix exclusive available instead of nitpicking and like producing the ones that are actually good, because sometimes you get a really good hit. And I got to tell you, as a fan of trash reality TV, they got some
yeah.
good stuff in there. They do. But a lot of times I'll like get something recommended and I can't even make it 5 minutes. And I'm like, what is this? There's some movies in there that are horribly produced. Like, I don't know what's going on with Netflix. I didn't have a problem with it back maybe $5 less ago. But the fact that they keep
No,
raising me, and I'm not watching it more, I'm not getting anything more, that I keep going back to shows that I already like. Like, for example, we talked about it, You. Like, I still tune into Netflix
yeah,
when You comes out. Love Is
yeah,
Blind, like this reality shows. But these are shows that I've been watching for a while now.
yeah.
I actually haven't seen anything new outside of true crime documentaries that Netflix would that would attract me to keep going back to Netflix.
See, I right now, and I know we always get into like conversations about the streaming services. My favorite right now, I think, has to
Paramount
be
Plus.
HBO Max. No,
Oh,
for
you
me,
switch. I'm still on Paramount
yeah,
Plus.
HBO Max is killing it right now. Just the shows that HBO does,
Yeah.
they're each episode is like a movie, like a feature film. Like there's just such detail in every show that HBO does. And now I don't know if you saw, they signed on for
Yeah.
a new show, 7 seasons. Each season will be a different book of Harry Potter. They're redoing
no.
Harry Potter.
I mean, good for the people that like Harry Potter. That would not get me to sign up to your streaming platform.
Honestly, it's making me feel very old because the new
Yeah.
generation, for example, Daniel Radcliffe is expecting a child, right?
Jesus.
Now,
Yeah.
soon. A lot of the main characters have passed away, like Professor Snape, Dumbledore. In real life, the actors have passed away. The guy who played Hagrid died a few months ago, passed away. So the newer generation of kids are not really getting the most out of Harry Potter. So the way to
Yeah.
do that, so if you reboot it, and it's a whole new cast, all new people, and each season is going to be a book. 7 books, 7 seasons.
I feel like I could maybe. I haven't read the books, right? But I feel like I could maybe get into it more on a show than I could on movies.
Well, yeah, because there'll be more detail, and
Right.
that's why I'm so excited for it because it's on HBO.
Yeah.
And look at HBO did with Game of Thrones, like The Last of Us, like they
The
really
Last of
put
Us. Yeah.
detail and emphasis on things, and with Harry Potter, I mean, I'm excited to see, like, Harry Potter was such like a great concept when it came out in the early 2000s. And now with CGI and AI updates, like to see what they're gonna do now, I'm so excited to see, like it's gonna blow out everything out of the water.
I am still Team Paramount Plus as of now, but I told you why. I am a huge Survivor fan, a big Survivor nerd, and Survivor comes on live when I'm watching AEW. But Paramount Plus puts it at midnight, and I love that because a lot of these apps will make you wait till the next day for a show that air live, and it's like really funny because as soon as I finish doing my watch along in my podcast, it's already up for me. Like if I watch it the same night, so I don't have to worry about avoiding spoilers. They do the same with the challenge. So a lot of the reality shows that I'm a big fan of, I think Big Brother, Survivor, and The Challenge being on my top 5 are all on Paramount Plus, and they put them up like a few hours after they air live. So as of right now, I'm gonna be Paramount Plus for a while because when Survivor ends, Big Brother will start. So trust me, I'm gonna be. They're getting their money worth with me. I'm getting my money worth with them because I'm watching a lot of content on Paramount Plus right now.
And HBO Max is actually switching. They're kind of like rebranding. They're switching the name to just Max, which I don't understand why. Just Max, and they're changing the prices with adding commercials and all that nonsense.
I hate that though. Like, just keep one flat rate. Just like make it. I don't know. Somebody's got to figure it out because all of this up and down thing, I hate it. Not that I pay attention to it. They take my money, and I'm like, oh wait, I paid this much for Netflix now. I was like, I thought I was paying because I never read the emails or the notifications. I was like, man, I remember when Netflix was $9.99. I don't even know what I'm paying right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think Peacock's like $9.99. Why pay something like that for it? I'm not sure.
I don't know. I pay for 2 Peacocks. I was paying for 2 Peacocks for the longest time, and I didn't even realize it.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Shut up.
They get it. They get it.
Yeah, I signed up for it, and then I didn't realize that I have it, so I signed up for it again on a different email. Because I think what happened was I went to log in, and I put the wrong email because I had 3 emails that I used, and then it said this account not found, and I was like, oh, I don't have one. Let me sign up again. God, I got one of those stupid apps that Instagram ads always come up like, oh, are you paying too much for subscription services? This app will scan it. It worked for me. I was like, wait, why am I paying for 2 Peacocks? That's how I discovered it. Otherwise, they would still be taking twice my money every month.
Oh man, I don't know. There's a lot of it's kind of hard to figure out like which one I like the best because I kind of use all of them in like their own like unique way. But still very high on Paramount Plus, still very high on HBO, Peacock. Netflix is kind of at the bottom for me right now. I gotta say.
Netflix messed up for me on Sunday. Netflix messed up. I
I'm
wanted
even
to.
enjoying
No, I
Hulu.
couldn't watch it live, so I kind of laughed a little at the people that were watching it
Yeah.
because my best friend was like, "Hi, I'm gonna watch it before you," and I was like, "Shut up! I gotta work. Like I can't help that." But I was like, I got back to my hotel, like literally grabbed something to eat, sat in that hotel bed, opened my iPad, and then it was like, "We can't load this show," and I'm like. But it shows. It shows that I thought I was
Yeah.
going crazy. And of course, I went to my number one news source, which is Twitter, typing Love is Blind, and then I see the crap show because I wasn't on social media all night. I was like, oh no, this isn't a good look at all.
Oh, I don't know. Hopefully
They better do
Netflix
something
start.
to make it up to us.
Yeah.
Maybe give us a credit, give us a little something. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. But Issa, we hit every topic today.
We
went
did.
into like I like going into the deep conversation about the topic sometimes, like
Me too.
Coachella and Netflix, and I think I think it's good for the people to know what's going on, not just like read the headline and just
Right.
this is what it is. No, we go into detail, we give experience. This is the show to watch. What can I say?
And our friendship evolved another level because I thought I was the only geek that researched this in that this all these Coachella things that happen around it. I am fascinated by that stuff. The fact that you're the same way. This is why we're here together. Meant to be.
You see, I do that with the wrestling stuff and the social media stuff, like service level, and then there's me like way deep
Right.
down behind that, like analysis and analyzing everything, the data. Like I want to know everything.
Yeah.
And that's the same for this stuff too. But yeah, it's always fun to know a little bit more than everybody else, right?
Yes.
You know what's going on.
And you
Everybody
always
knows,
have
like,
something. You always have something to talk about. I have the best icebreakers because I know so much random shit.
yeah, that's awesome though. I think
know.
that's so cool. Yeah. But yeah, everyone listening and watching, if you haven't already, please subscribe down below and get those super chats in. We love to engage with the chat. I saw Joseph was all over it today. Just chatting away, and yeah, we really do appreciate it.
We do, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back next Tuesday at the same time.
Next Tuesday, 3 p.m. Get some tacos before it's Taco Tuesday. I'm obsessed with tacos. Taco Tuesday is just my thing.
It's your favorite holiday. It's your favorite holiday.
It really is. I had tacos. There's a place over here that they give you an extra taco on Tuesdays, so I get 4. And that was my lunch before I came to the show. And
I do not participate on Taco Tuesday. Don't hate me.
Honestly, I think it's I don't know. It's like a basic white person thing, I think.
You said it, not me.
It is though. It's like you always see like when you go to brunch, like mimosas and brunch is like the most basic white girl thing, right?
Don't get me started with the pumpkin spice latte in October, please.
I love those too.
Oh man, I love you, Joey.
Yeah. I think we can do a show one day about like the stereotypes of different things. So I think people would enjoy it. It's hysterical.
Yeah. Oh my god, it is the best.
It would be great to hear.
It is the best.
Oh man.
You know what? It would be fun. It would be fun because you're right. Maybe I don't like tacos, and I know that shocks people, but I'm like the world's pickiest eater. Like it will be easier for me to tell you things I like because if I'm naming things I don't like, we'll be here all night, right? But I tell people, I'm like, I don't do Taco Tuesday, and that's all I say because as soon as I say I don't like tacos, it's like the world ends for all of them, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't like tacos. Like. Anyways, I have a stomach illness. I'm very particular about what I can and can't eat too. So can't be eating tacos from strangers.
I get it. But I know we'll definitely have to plan a show like that. Maybe we can do it like what's something coming up soon that we could attach that to? Any holiday or anything that's coming up that we could like
I don't know.
Stereotype show. Talk about all that.
We're gonna figure it out. Look, you know what? We have 5 Tuesdays in May. We're gonna do it in May.
Oh well, yeah. Okay, so then we got time, and maybe we can get somebody on to join us and talk about that as well.
Yeah, from a different background. Oh my god, that
Yeah,
would be epic.
I love it. Issa, it's always a pleasure. Always love talking to you.
Always love talking to you as
Uh,
well. And thank you everybody for tuning in.
Absolutely. Thank you again, and we'll see you next week.